This postseason wasn't supposed to end like this. By the time the dust settled, the two teams left standing weren't the ones we'd spent the year hyping. No LeBron, no Luka, no Celtics, no Jokic. Just the youngest team in the playoffs, and the one no one saw coming at all. Who will own the era? That's what we're asking now, because one team was crowned too soon, and the other was never crowned at all. But before we can answer that, let's go back to where this journey really began. Round 1. The East, simple at first glance. Cleveland and Boston looked ready for a collision course. New York hovered as the puncher's chance.
Trying to muscle him away. Nice spin move, and Thompson lays.
Indiana, just another nice story. Or so we thought.
6 for 7 shooting. Great pass.
Meanwhile, the West was chaos. 7 legit contenders. Razor-thin margins. OKC, the number 1 seed, looked a cut above the rest. And they made Memphis look like a warm-up in a 4-0 sweep. SGA was calm.
SGA chiseling his way to the cup.
The defense, relentless. The Thunder were rolling.
Knocked around, and it is over in Memphis. Where the Grizzlies fight hard.
Minnesota versus the Lakers. The legend killer Anthony Edwards added another chapter.
In full flight, raises up and lays it home.
LeBron and Luka couldn't solve the Wolves' pressure. A 5-game statement made.
Minnesota is going to win this series and knock out the Lakers, the 3 seed, 4 games to 1.
Denver barely scraped past the Clippers in 7.
Clippers up by 3. Jokic, extra feed.
The series was a slog, draining, physical, and costly. You could see the fatigue already setting in. And then, there were my Warriors. 7th seed, no expectations. And yet we edged Houston in 7. Buddy Hield's Game 7 performance, legendary. Jimmy Butler, even hurt, helped lead us through.
Butler going to work, and Jimmy Butler.
It felt like magic, for a moment.
Warriors, with all that championship pedigree, go on the road and beat the Rockets and eliminate the Rockets.
In the East, Cleveland swept Miami with ease.
The Cleveland Cavaliers in a dominating.
Boston dispatched Orlando with no drama.
In their quest for back-to-back titles, take their first game of these 2025 playoffs.
The Knicks handled Cade and the Pistons.
Stops on a dime, launches, oh yeah! Jalen Brunson buries it!
And Indiana? They stunned Milwaukee without Dame in 5 games. With Haliburton's game winner and his dad mouthing off to Giannis forehead to forehead. The league still didn't believe in them, even when they should have by now. Round 2. This is where the cracks started to show. After Denver stole Game 1, Thunder versus Nuggets became a war. Murray's flu game in Game 6 kept it alive.
Murray, nice move off the bounce, and Jamal Murray.
But Game 7? Caruso. Not SGA, not Jokic. It was Alex Caruso, hounding and hustling, breaking Denver's rhythm and will. The Thunder survived.
I've just been so impressed with this OKC team. Who you take out, when you take out Jokic, who is the best player in the world.
Wolves versus Warriors? That's where our dream ended. We stole Game 1, but Steph went down in the process.
Steph Curry, officially a left hamstring strain, will not return to tonight's game.
And no Steph, no chance. Ant was cold-blooded as the Wolves closed us out in 5.
Minnesota lost in 5 to the Mavericks last year in the conference finals. They're going to get another bite at the apple. That's a ball game.
Out east, Indiana did it again. After taking Game 1 down double digits to the Cavs in Game 2, still no problem. Tyrese hit another dagger.
Haliburton steps back
Cavs were banged up, but the Pacers were just better. Siakam played like a veteran star.
Siakam, Euro step to the rack.
The bench kept delivering.
Their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals for a second straight year.
Boston, they had their moment until Game 4. Madison Square Garden exploded. Tatum ruptured his Achilles.
Turning the ankle, and you see the concern. Now Horford in the Celtics' faces.
Game 6, Knicks fans chanted goodbye. Brunson delivered again, and the Celtics went home.
For the first time in 2.5 decades, the New York Knicks are going to a conference final.
For the conference finals in the West, it was the Thunder versus the Wolves. And let's be honest, by this point, we'd all hoped Ant would carry the torch. We were tired of OKC's perfection. Tired of watching the refs give SGA every touch foul. We wanted grit. We wanted underdog fire. But Minnesota ran cold. Game 5 was a 30-point beatdown. 9 points in the first quarter for the Wolves. And the series was over. SGA, Chet, J-Dub, Caruso. Not KD, Russ, and Harden. But maybe something even scarier.
Oklahoma City rebounds from a 42-point loss and takes a commanding 3-1 lead in this Western Conference final.
Out east, the Knicks versus the Pacers. Two franchises starving to matter again. Game 1, Nesmith caught fire in the fourth.
Nesmith hits the 3.
In Game 2, Siakam dropped 39.
Oh, look at Siakam.
New York fought, but they looked worn down. But Game 6, they were spent. Indiana had 7 players in double figures. New York had 5, and even Brunson needed breathers. It was Pacers in 6. Siakam was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
It's been such an amazing experience for me so far. From the first day I landed here, like the love has been amazing. Chad, KP, just unbelievable, man.
Haliburton was quietly surgical. They didn't have the guy, but that's because they had the guys. Then in the finals, nobody, I really mean absolutely nobody, picked Indiana. Fans on TikTok were calling for a Thunder sweep before we even knew if we were getting Knicks or Pacers from the East. And yet, in Game 1, Indiana shocked the world. OKC looked ready to cruise. They forced 9 first-quarter turnovers.
Mathurin drives, goes right inside, blocked from behind by Caruso.
Led by double digits most of the night. And still, they lost. Haliburton didn't even have a huge stat line. But with 0.3 seconds on the clock, he delivered.
Haliburton driving, pulls up, jump shot.
Again. Pacers 111, Thunder 110. Stolen in OKC. The cracks were showing.
And Indiana takes Game 1, shocking the Thunder here at OKC. The comeback kids do it again.
Game 2, the Thunder responded like champions. Chet erupted.
Sidestep. The big man can knock it.
SGA got to the line early and often.
It's inside, double clutch, counted and a foul.
The urgency was real. 123-107, series tied. Game 3 in Indiana saw the Pacers flip the Thunder's formula. TJ McConnell's energy, Mathurin's shot making.
Touch pass inside, Mathurin lays it up and in.
Turnovers killed OKC. Indiana controlled tempo, punched last, and won. 116-107. Game 4 was the fulcrum. Indiana built a lead through 3 quarters. Up 7 heading into the 4th. But then it was Thunder time. A 31-17 final quarter sealed it for OKC. SGA brought home 35.
Drive, pulls back, baseline, jumper's good.
Caruso contributed 20 off the bench.
You playing through this energy. The crowd is doing an amazing job.
It was vintage OKC. Aggressive, composed, ruthless. Thunder tied the series 2-2.
OKC with a thunderbolt here in the 4th. Once again showing their resilience And these NBA finals are tied.
And then came Game 5, back in Oklahoma City, back where the Thunder were expected to impose their will. The game started close, lead changes early, but Indiana's turnovers piled up. Sloppy passes, backcourt violations. They looked nervous, sweaty, like the moment was catching up to them.
Go, rebound, Mafford, back up, blocked by Holmgren.
Rick Carlisle took a technical to defend his guys after a no call on Nembhard. He shouted, "Use your whistle!" The refs didn't. The Thunder led 32-22 after one. Haliburton sat the start of the second with the strained right calf.
But it's the same leg, now it's right calf tightness. But listen, it's the NBA Finals. He's going to want to play through.
The Pacers survived, barely, but OKC's shooting finally returned. After making just 3 threes in Game 4, they hit 6 in the first half. Cason Wallace, previously 0 for 8 in the finals, buried 3 of them himself.
The last 2 minutes, Wallace, another three.
Jalen Williams, already dominant.
Beautiful cut and finish. Jalen Williams.
Thunder led by as much as 18. At halftime, it was OKC 59, Indiana 45. Haliburton still hadn't scored. The third started sloppy again. Turnovers. Again.
Stolen by Caruso.
But the Pacers hung around. TJ McConnell, once more, single-handedly ignited them. 13 points in the quarter.
Barney McConnell sets fires. It's good.
5 more created by his assists. The Thunder felt it. The lead shrank to just 6. 87-79 heading into the fourth quarter. And then, Jalen Williams crushed them. A driving layup, a 3, another layup.
Back. Williams gets inside. Layup's good.
He finished the game with 40. SGA added 31 and 10 assists, with a few too many generous foul calls at the line, but it didn't matter. The Pacers punched back early in the fourth, but then the turnovers returned. 4 straight giveaways killed the run.
Hard. Stolen.
The lead ballooned to 16. McConnell checked back in, but it was too late. Carlisle waved the white flag with 2 minutes left. Haliburton, 4 points, all from the line, 0 from the field. He clutched his calf on the bench. Whether it's pain or pressure, he'll need to be better. Because now we're recording this after Game 5 and the Thunder lead the series 3-2.
Tyrese Haliburton, the Pacers, a strong comeback, but the Thunder have the answer. It's 3 games to 2.
From here on out, every possession will be do or die. No matter who wins this series, here's a few things that are clear. First, the NBA failed its product this season. We spent more airtime on Bronny James than Tyrese Haliburton. We obsessed over stars instead of the real stories. And now, the finals are here, but the casual fan has no one left to follow.
The brand is toxic. I've been saying it for years. Nobody will acknowledge it. They pretend it's not true. It is. There are tens of millions of basketball fans out there who love the NBA, absolutely love the NBA.
Second, Indiana is for real. They're deep, disciplined, they don't rely on heroics, even though Haliburton's had plenty. This run may be once in a lifetime, but it's already immortal. No longer can we call them underdogs. Third, system wins over savior, again. Star power alone is not enough. Ask the Lakers. Ask New York. Ask Denver. Fourth, let's be honest. We're watching why cheating doesn't and shouldn't win. SGA is incredible, but the foul baiting, the favoritism, it's made fans skeptical. The Thunder are already great. They don't need extra help from the whistle. And yet, the league crowned them early. The next face, the next dynasty. And here comes the Pacers tearing up the script. Real fans will always know what happened. We've seen Indiana fight, claw, and execute. We've seen Haliburton rise and now falter. We've seen OKC shine, but also crack. So rather Indiana pulls off the upset, or OKC arrives at their coronation, as the league for the first time crowns its 7th different champion in 7 years, and both finals teams look prepared to own their conferences the next few years, we still don't know the answer. But we do know the question. Who will own the era